Kintsugi Life Coaching. My name is Elizabeth Horleman. The whole of last week we've been looking at narcissism. We've been looking at who is a narcissistic person, and we also looked at the life of a victim, a person living in a relationship with having a relationship with somebody who is narcissistic. Now, out of this narcissism, there is one topic that is really I need to talk about urgently, and that is domestic violence. Under normal circumstances, I would have taken a different topic out of the narcissistic disorders, the distorted thinkings of a narcissistic person. But domestic violence is one that is of urgency because it involves quite a chain of things. So if you're living in are you living in Germany? And if you are living in Germany, are you a victim of domestic violence? Are you too scared to take any legal actions or any actions at all, simply because you think this is going to compromise your status, your residential permit, your visa, no? Your friends and the noise that you're hearing from the market is encouraging you and telling you to just bear with it. Give him time, forgive him. He didn't mean to do that. He's not used to being married to foreigners, so you maybe need to explain to him better. And the very famous one that comes from us, particularly people from Africa, pray harder. God listens, and He's listening to your prayers. Now, there's one thing that you must be clear about here when you're living here in Germany, my dear, is that the law in Germany is crystal clear. You place your hand on anybody, you are in trouble. According to paragraph 223 of the Social Law Book, clearly states anybody who inflicts bodily harm on another person in any way, be it physically, health-wise, or otherwise, will be persecuted according to the law and can be imprisoned to up to 5 years in jail, or even fined, or both. This is the first and foremost information that you must know when you are living in Germany. Now, let's move on to the act. He beats you the first time. The first thing, or he beats you at all at any one time, the first thing you must do is to call the police, who will take appropriate action. Now, why call the police? Particularly if you're a foreigner, you want things to go right. You want things to go according to how you have a chance also to make decisions. And the first thing that you must get used to is always trying to do the things the right way, and that is according to the law. Call the police. Let the police come in, because they have much more powers, more than the two of you. So once you call in the police has another extra law that has been mandated to them, and that is paragraph 27A of the Police Law Book, which allows them to issue, like the judge would, pass a law to the aggressor and tell them they have got no right to come into the house for the next 10 days. So this law has been removed from the main law book and has been handed over to the police to effect it immediately according to how they are judging the situation around them. So you are going to be told, the aggressor is going to be told, but you are also going to be asked. But let us see first briefly how does this work. Once you call the police will require that you make a statement. And if there has been bodily harm done on you and you're a woman, or most likely they're going to have a female police, and if they don't, they're going to make arrangements for a female police to come. And this female police will take you to a private place, a private room, where only the both of you, so that you can expose to her just where those harms are. Now, according to the German law, the integrity and the dignity of a human being is untouchable, which means that the police must also act within your integrity, not expect you to undress there among where everybody is, but will take you to another place. That is if you have not been beaten unconscious, where we're now looking at getting in the ambulance. But if you are able to articulate yourself, this would be the procedure that would happen. One thing we also should know is that the police here is not like the way they are back home. The police here, apart from their police training, they also do psychology. And they have also done psychology to see how aggressive people behave. So in most cases, if you observe very carefully, you're going to see that when a police come, there will always be like two of them. And they both know, they both have been trained to work together. So they know how to bring a man big as a tree trunk, fat as a wart, down on the floor and handcuff them in a minute or in a twinkle of an eye. So once the police comes in, they will strategically place themselves in such a way that you are out of danger. Even a policewoman is capable of bringing a tree trunk man down on the floor. It is not a question of how strong, it's a question of the technique. So they are going to be able to bring this tree trunk of a man down who has been beating you. So once this person has been brought down, most likely he's going to be handcuffed. The police is going to explain to him and read for him the law, or tell him the law, because they have been doing this, they know how to do it, they don't need to read it for them. Then he will be explained that he is being removed out of the house for the next 10 days. They are going to take the keys from him, and they are going to ask him to go into the room and pack his bag for the next 10 days. Now, what this law, paragraph 27, says is that this man should not get near you within a certain circumference. So which means that he should not get near the house. He should not get near the children if there are children involved. And he should not get near you. Whether you are going to work, to do the shopping, this law covers everything around you where you need to be. So if it means that you have to go to work, you have to go to work. He is not allowed to get near the house. So this is very, very important. He is going to also be explained that should he breach this, he is going to be taken in. There will be no more discussions, be handcuffed, put into the police cell, be brought up to the court, and he's going to be most likely jailed or fined or both. So this is something that is very, very clear here in Germany. You will also be asked by the police that you should make sure you go to the doctor to document all this. This is very important. I've had so many cases previously where girls did not just bother to do this. And when they went to court, they were telling the judge stories. Here in Germany, we don't deal with stories, we deal with facts. So make sure they document those. It is in somebody's files. You have a copy, somebody else has a copy, so that when the rubber meets the road, those evidence is put on there, which speaks for itself. And in any case, pictures say more than 1,000 words, they say. So why only 10 days? 10 days, there was a research that was done, and it was found that in order for the apparatus here in this country to start moving, it requires 10 days. So within these 10 days, psychologically, you are required to first calm down, relax. You have been living in a stress, most likely in a war zone, to just have time for yourself and maybe for the kids to just acclimatize yourself to this peaceful living. But within these 10 days, it is recommended that you look for a lawyer. I will come back to what type of a lawyer. And I always also recommend that you also most likely consider taking up therapy, because the beatings is already an infliction of pain, an infliction of trauma in your mind, in your brains, in your souls. This has to be repaired. And the therapist is the one which most likely can be able to, or in a position to help you go to repair that. Now, when you're taking a lawyer, ladies, please make sure it is not just any lawyer. You need to take a lawyer that is specialized in family law, and on top of it, that lawyer must also have specialty foreigners. These two combinations must be there for you, especially if you don't have a German passport. You need to have a lawyer that is specialized in family and a lawyer that specializes also in foreign laws. And all lawyers are going to tell you, yes, I can do it, but you need to look for one that specifically does that, not just anybody that says, I also can do it. So, and during these 10 days, these are the times that you are going to come back, sit on your drawing table and ask yourself, where am I going with this relationship? This is where you try to find and sort out your mind. Do I really want to be in this relationship? Look at the children. Look at how the children are now, and look at how the children are there when the oppressor is, when the person who is violent is in the house. So this is some of the most important things. But let me give you another quick heads up. When a person crosses a certain line, I want to call it now the line of respect, the line of a dignity, then be rest assured that this person cannot go back and undo what they have done. If this person has beaten you and you did not take no measures, then please be rest assured that this person is going to take it to the next level the next time he's going to beat you. Because you have shown him, I really don't mind. I am forgiving. So once you let this person cross what I say your red line, then you have drawn for him the green line. You have given him the green lights for you to be beating you. But one thing I'd like to tell you in this process is, especially when children are involved, no matter how young or old they are seeing that something is happening. And they are not understanding, because there will be no way of you explaining to them legitimately what is happening and why it is happening. So these children are in their minds building their little bridges of understanding what dad is doing to mom. For the boys, it will be, this is how we treat the women in our lives. And for the girls, it will be, this is how men should treat women in their lives. So once you do this, you have taken the responsibility of continuing this rat race, as I will call it. And please note that a man who beats did not get it from the streets. He saw it at home. His father was beating his mother. And this is how we say there's a rat race that has started. Now, if you are somebody that has decided and is living already in a violent relationship, and you've not taken, maybe you've come across this article, there are numbers, telephone numbers and help centers where you can get information. In most of cases, in a lot of other languages, not only German. So I have left telephone numbers here for the helplines where you can get help. And these helplines, most of them, they are free of charge. You do not need to pay money on them. And I've also left the link to the website where you can get other information as to what happens to the children, what can I do, how can I do, what about my status, is there a lawyer, I don't have money to pay for the lawyer, where can I get assistance and stuff like that. So there is a lot of help. And do remember that the police is available for you at 110. You just need to dial 110, be it on your mobile phone or on the landline, and then there will be help for you. I hope this has been of some help towards those people who are living in domestic violent homes. If it is not for yourself, do it also for your children. Do it also for your other family members that love you. Because domestic help, when not curbed, have shown that have taken a worse toll. Death, almost likely, when you have had enough, you could be the one that is committing the crime and finding yourself on the other side of the law. Thank you very much. This is your Kintsugi Life Coach checking out. Thank you.